What is up everybody, Afiq here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. So as you guys know, the Proton Persona here in Malaysia has undergone another facelift. This time around, it shares its design with its sibling, the Proton Iris. While the smaller Saga remains Proton's best-selling model, there is no denying that the Persona also plays an important role in the Proton lineup, considering the B segment market which the Persona is in is one of the hottest selling market here in Malaysia. Already being one of the best-selling B segment vehicle in Malaysia, is the update to the 2022 Proton Persona enough to keep the Persona appeal for value-minded buyers within this market? Without further ado, this is ABB Automotive. The exterior of the Persona, especially up front, now feature a more sporty and aggressive design, shared with its sibling the Proton Iris. There is a new grille and bumper design. Both the executive and premium variant gets LED daytime running light, while only the premium variant gets this LED headlight. Front parking sensors is also available for the upper two trims. Moving towards the side, the most noticeable change are the larger 16-inch alloy wheels found on the upper two trim, with a single tone found on the executive, while a two-tone is exclusively available for the top of the range premium. All cars get a body color door handle and mirrors, while the top of the range premium variant gets a black color roof for that added sporty vibe. Lastly, looking at the back, there is not much change to be had. Other than a black painted deck spoiler on the premium variant, everything else is the same as the previous model. You still get the same tail lamp design, a bumper with the same diffuser as well as reverse parking sensor. Underneath that rear end holds a large and familiar 510 litre of boot space, which is best in class. If that is still not enough, the rear seats can be fold 60/40 to increase cargo capacity. Now in terms of the engine, the Persona still uses the same 1.6 litre VVT 4-cylinder petrol engine carried over from the previous model. This engine is rated at 109 PS and also 150 Nm of torque. Power is sent through the front wheels via an updated CVT gearbox. Unfortunately, this time around, manual has been dropped from the lineup due to low demand of sales. Okay guys, so definitely the biggest improvement for the Persona I would say is in the interior. Okay, so the interior you get some new updated features. The main one being this new 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system. So on the previous car, it's slightly smaller. Okay, so the dashboard area over here, as you can see, it is actually the older design. It's just that they changed the location of the touchscreen as well as the aircon. So on the previous car, you had the two aircon on the side and then the screen in the middle. So for the new one, they've pushed the screen up a bit, so creating that sort of like floating tablet style touchscreen. Okay, so the touchscreen infotainment system also doubles as the reverse camera. So for the top spec Persona, you do get a reverse camera, and I like that it has distance as well as trajectory. Now looking at the rest of the cabin, there is this sort of like silver highlight, okay, in the center console area as well as around the aircon area. So moving down a bit from the aircon, so the new Persona now, just like the Iris, comes with this new digitalized design aircon switch. Okay, so the previous car, as you remember, it had a 3 rotary knob style. So the new car now has this digitalized aircon. But mind you, it is still manually operated, it is not automatic, it's just that it looks really clean. Okay, so the shifter that you see here, now standard on every Persona, even the lower spec. Okay, this has been taken straight from the old Proton X70 CBU. Okay, you still remember, so it looks identical to that SUV. Now, in terms of driving position, I would say it's still quite good. The steering wheel, despite only having tilt adjustment, no telescopic, the sitting position, I would say, is still quite spot on. I myself, I'm 165 cm of height, have no issue finding a good sitting position. Now the seat itself, I also I have to say that it's actually quite comfortable, and there's some bolstering towards the side. So like for me, it really hugs my body nicely. Okay, and then I would say the biggest improvement for this interior for the Persona and the Iris Twin is this. Okay, the center armrest. So the Persona now is equipped with center armrest, which the old model lacks. So personally for me, having my hand both on the left and on the right, I would say that the position of the armrest is quite symmetrical. Okay, I have a similar feeling on my left elbow as well as my right elbow. Now the steering wheel itself, it is leather wrapped. Okay, quite a nice looking steering wheel as well. And then in the center there you have the new Proton logo, the circular logo. Now moving towards the center here, underneath the aircon vents, you do have 3 USB ports. Okay, 3 USB ports. So this car in total has 6 USB ports. Okay, so you have 3 at the front here, and then 2 at the back, and then there's one more behind what do you call this, your rear view mirror. So that is for your dash cam. So if you buy this car and then you want to install the dash cam, you can straight away plug it into the USB port back there, right? Now in terms of safety, this top of the range Persona is equipped with 6 airbags, vehicle stability control as well as traction control, and it is rated at 5-star at the Euro NCAP crash test rating. In the center console area over here, there is a new design. Okay, so you still have the traditional handbrake, and then I like that the area where you put the cup holder, they designed this to have compromise between putting beverages as well as long items. So if you have something like a long piece of paper or something that's quite long, you can just put it in the middle here, and then if you're not using it and then you just want to put beverages, and then you can just put it at the front here. Other storage around the car, you do have some storage at the bottom part of the door, quite big. The glove box as well, very roomy. Okay, very square shape, very big. And there's also a little bit of storage underneath the aircon switch. So this is where you can put your phone lah while you are driving. Now being a Proton car, the signal will be on the left, and then the wiper operation will be on the right. Looking up top, you do have LED map light, so it does create a modern lighting system inside the car, quite good. Now the top spec Persona is the only model that gets this rather beautiful brown leather seat. So seriously, this color really reminds me of a luxury car. The way the color is matching with the black interior as well as the lighter grey ceiling. So overall, the ambience inside here, it feels like you are in a much more expensive car than what you are paying. Now in front of me, I do have a pair of a speedometer. On the left, tachometer, and on the right is the speed. And the design is very clear and very vivid. Okay, and then when you start the car, it does give you a welcome dance. Okay, sort of like a sports car. Okay, in the middle there, you do have a slightly smaller LCD screen to show you your information such as fuel, and then there's also seatbelt reminder. So the seatbelt reminder is shown inside the center screen. Okay, here sitting in the back seat of the Persona, my average frame of 165cm fit just nice. Okay, so this front seat is adjusted to my driving position, so sitting behind myself in terms of leg space, I would say not an issue. Okay, I have lots of leg room. Speaking of room, headroom also not an issue. Okay, thanks to the Persona's rather high roofline, even sitting layback, my head is not touching the ceiling, which is quite rare for a B segment car. Okay, now the angle of the rear seat is also quite nice. It is slightly reclined, so the posture is quite relaxed. Okay, but the one thing that I have a gripe with is that the headrest lah. So the headrest is a bit low for my liking. I wish that they put the headrest from the Iris in this car, because if you look at the Iris, it has adjustable headrest, and I don't see why Proton could not just put that inside this car since it's the same chassis. Now in terms of amenities, I would say quite good. You have dual map pockets, okay, behind the front seat, and then you also have a cup holder at the side here, and then you have two more USB charger located behind the center console. Okay, unfortunately there's no armrest, but then like most B segment, there's also no armrest in this category. Okay, the overhead grab handle is the flip down style, which is quite nice. It's damp, okay, so give a vibe of good quality there. Now in terms of safety, the two outer seat is equipped with Isofix child mount as well as top tether point, so putting a baby seat in this car is an easy task to do lah. So, and then the anchor point is quite visible, so you can actually see it underneath the seat. Okay, really easy place to just latch on your baby seat. So overall, in the back seat of the Persona, I would say quite roomy. Yeah, and then with the brown leather seat, it really gives like that luxury vibe. Okay guys, so we're here inside the Persona. So this is the premium variant. So there's three variants, okay? So there's the executive, base model, and this is the premium one lah. So I've been driving the Persona for a while, and first impression of this car, I've got to say, is quite positive. It's actually quite a relaxing car to drive. All the controls and all the switches, and then the steering wheel also, everything is light to the touch. Okay. Overall, stepping inside this car, this premium variant, the brown leather seat, it gives the impression that you're buying a more expensive car. There's a luxury vibe lah inside here with that color tone. Okay. Now driving this car in terms of visibility, I would say it's quite good. Not an issue. The window is all very big. Okay, and at the A pillar here, you do have a triangle small window. So looking forward, there's not much visibility issue. The side of the window line here, I would say, yeah, so the window is quite low down, the sill here. So looking out, looking at the side mirror, the visibility is really good. Even when you look towards the back, the rear window is really big. There's nothing in between of your side and the rear window, so even rear visibility not an issue. So in terms of power, so this car, every single lineup is equipped with that carried over 1.6 liter VVT engine. So it's paired to the CVT, so manual is no longer an option now. I gotta say that this combination for this car, so this car is a B segment, is quite sufficient for daily use. Never, while doing this drive, I never feel like I am underpowered at all. The CVT, from standstill, there is still quite a little bit of delay, but then once it gets up, not an issue at all. You mash the throttle, yeah, the gear change ratio, and then you accelerate effortlessly. Okay. Now, in terms of road noise, also I would say inside here is quite okay actually for a B segment car. I don't hear that much of a wind noise. Okay, road noise is also kept to a minimum, even though this car is now equipped with a slightly upsized rim. So now the Persona is equipped with a 16-inch rim for the executive as well as the premium variant, while the lower spec is still using the older 15-inch design. Okay. Now, in terms of sitting position, I would say I would like this. I love the sitting position for me. Okay, average height I'm 165 centimeter. The seats, it has this like very heavy bolster towards the side. So if you're like a thin to a medium person, this is quite nice. It hugs you really nicely, so your body is not like moving around when you're in a cornering. But if you're slightly chubbier, this seat might be a little bit confining for your liking. Yeah, so if you are getting one of these, do test drive, you know, sit in a seat whether it fits your body style or not. Okay. Okay, now, so in terms of handling, so this has always been the Persona's calling card in the B segment category. Okay, it is a lot of car journalists has always quoted this car as one of the better handling cars. So now this car is equipped with the upsize 16-inch rim. It definitely grips better in the corner. My drive around the city at around the roundabout at city speed, I definitely feel like this car handles quite well despite having a torsion beam rear suspension. Okay, but then most B segment cars in this category is all equipped with torsion beam. It's just that how well you tune it can make the car actually handle quite good. Okay, so for the case of the Persona, I would say even with that rear setup, but the tuning of this Persona, I would say the handling is actually quite good for something that has a torsion beam rear suspension. Okay, what do you call that? The steering also, I do like that it's not too heavy, it's not too light, and then there's still some feel to it. So the steering is not like completely numb. Okay, so combine that with the sitting position now. I like the sitting position quite a lot. You are not sitting too low like some sedan, and just nice. Okay, so overall I would say the handling of this car, it's still one of the better handling B segment car out there. So overall my time with the Persona, I would say is still generally quite positive. So this car, as you know, it is its third facelift, so probably a new one is probably gonna come maybe in the next 2 years or so. But for now, I would say this car with its update, I would say that it's still quite competitive in the B segment market. This car is the most affordable model in the B segment market. Okay, yes, it is lacking some up-to-date safety feature, you know, like blind spot monitoring, AEB or stuff like that. But then at the price point, if you're looking for like a B segment sedan that is value for money, handles great with a lot of space, I would say the Persona is a good choice. Yeah, a good choice considering how good its price is. But if you want a B segment that has the latest feature, then probably not. Probably you should look elsewhere lah. But then yeah, but do give the Persona a try. I would say like its driving characteristics is enough to capture your heart, right?
In terms of color option, the Persona can be had with 6 color options. Across the range, the Persona can be had with either Armor Silver, Rosewood Maroon, and Ruby Red. The base model adds on Jet Grey to the color palette. The Mid Executive and Premium variant, on the other hand, gets an exclusive Snow White color. And finally, the top of the range Premium variant also gets its own exclusive color in the form of Space Grey Metallic. Finally, in terms of pricing here in Sarawak on the road with insurance, the Proton Persona starts at 48,380 ringgit for the standard variant. Moving to the executive model will be priced at 53,376 ringgit, while the top of the range Persona Premium is selling at 58,273 ringgit. All Proton Persona comes with 5 years of 150,000 km warranty, or whichever comes first. So with that, we come to the end of this video. If you like that video, do give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel as well as hitting the little small bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I post something new on my channel. I would like to say thank you for watching. Stay safe, take care, and have a nice day.